So in our first problem, we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting fractions with common denominators. And the question is, in a pie eating contest, Aaron was able to eat 5/8 of a pie, while Jordan was able to eat 7/8 of the pie. How much more pie was Jordan able to eat? So the first thing we want to do with this problem is to write it in equation form. So let's write 7/8 minus 5/8. And since we are dealing with fractions with common denominators, all we need to do is subtract the numerators. So 7 minus 5 equals 2, and keep the denominator the same, so 2/8. Now we don't want to leave the fraction like this because it's not in the simplest form. And to put a fraction into its simplest form, we want to divide by the greatest common factor. So let's first list all the factors of 2. And the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. While the factors of 8 are 1, 8, 2, and 4. So the greatest common factor in this case is 2. So let's divide both 2 and 8 by 2. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1, and 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So we get 1/4. So our final solution is Jordan ate 1/4 more pie than Aaron. For question 2, we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting fractions with uncommon denominators. So let's take a look at the question. Christian drank 1/2 of a jug of water in the morning and drank 2/5 of a jug in the afternoon. How much did Kristen drink in all? So the first thing we want to do with this problem is to write it in equation form, and we get 1/2 plus 2/5. The second thing we want to do is we want to find a common denominator or a common multiple between the numbers 2 and 5. And an easy way to do that is to list the multiples of both 2 and 5. So let's do that. So the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, and 15. Now you can see that 10 is a common multiple, so we'll use that as the denominator. So for our first fraction, 1/2, in order to get a denominator of 10, we need to multiply 2 by 5. But you need to remember that anytime we multiply the denominator by a value, we also need to multiply the numerator by that same value. So 2 times 5 equals 10, and 1 times 5 equals 5. On the second fraction, 2/5, we need to multiply by 2. So 5 times 2 equals 10, and 2 times 2 equals 4. Now that we have common denominators, we can just add the fractions. So now we have 5 plus 4 equals 9, and we keep the denominator constant, so we get 9/10. Normally, we would need to reduce a fraction to its simplest form, but in this case, there are no common factors. So the answer remains 9/10, or Kristen drank a total of 9/10 of a jug of water. In our third problem, we're going to be looking at multiplying fractions. And the question is, Strella can run 6/8 of a mile in 10 minutes. Matt can run 3/4 as far as Strella in 10 minutes. What fraction of a mile can Matt run in 10 minutes? So the first thing we want to do is we want to write this problem in equation form. So we get 6/8 times 3/4. Now when multiplying fractions, all we need to do is multiply both the numerator and the denominator. So 6 times 3 equals 18, and 8 times 4 equals 32. Now we just need to simplify this fraction, and in order to do that, we need to divide both 18 and 32 by the greatest common factor. So let's list the factors of 18. We get 1, 18, 2, 9, 3, and 6. And the factors of 32, we get 1, 32, 2, 16, 4, and 8. So as you can see, the greatest common factor is 2. So we'll divide 18 divided by 2 and 32 divided by 2, and we get 9/16. So our final solution is Matt can run a total of 9/16 of a mile in 10 minutes. In our fourth and final question, we're going to be looking at dividing fractions. And our question is, a cookie factory uses 1/8 of a barrel of oatmeal in each batch of cookies. The factory used 3/8 of a barrel of oatmeal yesterday. How many batches of cookies did the factory make? So like the other problems, let's first start by writing the problem out in equation form. So we get 3/8 divided by 1/8. Now when you're dividing fractions, the first thing you want to do is you want to flip the second fraction and change the divide sign to a multiply. So let's do that. Now that we have done that, It's the same as if we are multiplying the fraction. So we just multiply both the numerators and denominators. So 3 times 8 equals 24, and 8 times 1 equals 8. Now we just need to simplify the fraction. So in this case, our greatest common factor is 8, or the same as the denominator. So we get 3 over 1, or just 3. So our final solution is the cookie factory made 3 batches of cookies.